Okay, we're good to go.
Okay, hello everybody, my name's Chris, this is Zach.
What's up?
And, well, we're just going to talk about random stuff.
Yeah. So, welcome to Shits and Giggles.
Yeah, you're going to have to bleep that out, remember? Alright, so this show is going to be mostly just any topic that we feel talking about. There's not going to be any real theme. It's just going to be us talking.
Yeah. So, hopefully you like what we say. If you don't, fuck off.
So that's twice you're going to bleep yourself out.
I'm aware. I'm just waiting for the chance to do it to you.
We'll get around to that eventually. But, so, we decided we're going to go very clickbaity with this first episode just to get people here to like us. Or not like us, depending on which way this goes. And that is YouTube demonetization of everybody.
Yes.
Now, for most channels, this isn't going to affect most people. Most people have small-time gaming channels, you know, family-friendly content, like animators who produce family-friendly content, or just anybody who's family-friendly.
No big deal for them.
No big deal. But for the bigger channels and some of the, I guess some not-so-big channels that are more...
Not user-friendly?
That more inclined to use curse words, guns, knives, anything that can be considered, you know, unfamily friendly. And this is subjective.
Well, there goes half of YouTube.
Yeah, that goes half of YouTube. And that's subjective based on YouTube's algorithm. Now, we should point out that this came around because advertisers were finding out that YouTube was putting their commercials in front of videos that weren't exactly family friendly. Now, I can understand why some advertisers, like some banks or Google themselves,
They're not exactly going to want their
not going to want
advertisement right in front of, say, someone who's running around shooting guns in the air.
no, or video of ISIS on the internet or something like that. We understand that. That's completely understandable why they would not want that.
Yes.
But what they went and had a knee-jerk reaction and said to YouTube and Google, hey, we're getting rid of all of our advertisement because you're screwing up. Well, they had a knee-jerk reaction, so YouTube had a knee-jerk reaction and said, no, we'll just get rid of it altogether.
But here's the pesky problem. We still get ads at the beginning of videos.
Yeah, and you can't skip them.
Skipping is no longer an option.
No, so YouTube is... Right now, they just demonetize everybody so they can restart their algorithm to try and fix that. I foresee that most channels will not have any issue going forward, but there's a lot of channels that I follow that every episode right now has been about the demonetization. And it's Hitcock45, the Firearms blog, Shediversity.
So look at us joining in. Woo!
Yeah, we're not even going to bother because we're probably going to just get demonetized anyway. So we're not going to bother with the demonetization, which is a good walk-in, or what's it called? Where it's a... We have a Patreon, or we're about to as soon as this episode ends. If you feel like you like what we're doing, please go and subscribe, or whatever it's called. Donate $1 or $2. We're not asking for a whole bunch, maybe $1. We're just two guys that are just doing this for fun. If you want to support us, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
Of course, yeah. Right on. And of course, we're only 4 minutes into our podcast, so now we have to try to pull more stuff out of thin air to discuss.
Oh, we'll get around to that. We'll do that, definitely. But the YouTube demonetization, I don't think YouTube's actually going to walk away from this clean as they think they're going to.
No.
Well, because this has raised an issue with a lot of channels. And that is a lot of channels out there are not family friendly. Or they are, but they're stretching it so far that it's subjective whether or not they are.
Like, say, Markiplier or Jacksepticeye.
Mark, Jack, and PewDiePie. Yeah. PewDiePie, definitely. I mean, they're clearly... Well, they're not entirely family friendly. I mean, all of them, every 3 seconds says, oh, what the fuck was that? Yes, I know.
I got one on you.
But every 3 seconds is that.
Yes.
In every single one of their videos. It's so... By
and
default...
there's, of course, some of the games they also like to play, because, I mean...
Resident Evil, a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
I can understand why certain videos they have will end up being demonetized. though I don't think they should, because they are the largest channels on this platform right now.
Yeah. Which then begs the question, who's going to wisen up and just go make a completely different YouTube, per se, where you can actually do the stuff that everyone has been doing and get away with it.
Maybe we should do that. Screw this! Let's go make our own stuff!
Okay.
I think that comes down to, well, first you got to make it.
Yeah, of course.
And as YouTube showed us back in early 2000, that's pretty difficult to get it going. Plus, then you would have to ask all these channels that are pretty big here. You know, Mark has what, almost 20 million?
Mm.
You're gonna have to ask him to try and move his entire subscription base to this new platform.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure all he has to do is say, "Oh, hey guys, I'm moving over to this platform," and all of a sudden, they all
Yeah,
follow.
but of those 20 million people, how many are watching other channels that are not moving?
True.
There's a lot of people that are just going to say no straight out because they already have a fan base here. Why would they move and try to make another one? Now, granted, Markiplier is the ideal case, because if he says he's going to move, I would move too with him.
Of course.
He makes great videos. Why wouldn't I move?
And he'll move. All his followers move, and then they'll.
Jack, he probably convinced Jacksepticeye, Bob, and Wade, and all of them to go over to whatever this new.
And of course, whatever friends they have on Facebook or YouTube, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're going over here. It's actually better. We can get away with what we used to be doing."
It'd probably be a nice trend, but then at the same time, then you come back to the problem that it's subjective. It all becomes subjective again by the guy who's running this new website. What is family friendly? And he may say, he or she or whoever it is, may say,
"Oh, we're doing away with all swear words."
They may say that you can come to our place, but you can't swear anymore. Or they may say that all of your episodes must have a thank you to us about this, or something like that.
Yeah.
It can go downhill very quickly. Plus, even though we're saying that his 20 millimeter, that Markiplier's some millions of subscribers would follow him, but there would still be some who would turn against it. That would say, well, you're turning your back on YouTube. YouTube is the founding website, so we must stay here and support it. And then how many other YouTubers does that hurt as well?
Yeah, that's true.
Because if Mark leaves, and if a lot of the big name YouTubers leave, a lot of companies are not going to want to do any more business with YouTube, because they just saw this mass exodus.
True.
So YouTube has to get this right again with their algorithm, or they risk essentially shutting down one of the best communities in the world. Because where else in the world can you get on, make a video about just two dudes talking about random crap, and then all of a sudden, and then who knows, we have 8 or 9 people who actually like this video. Where else in the world can you do that? Other than actually standing outside and trying to talk to people.
Yeah.
But then you've only told, 3 people?
Exactly. Excuse me, have you met our Lord and Savior, Murphy's Law?
Oh yes, I have. Exactly. The platform is good. The idea of YouTube is good. And it needs to stay that.
They just need to get their shit together.
Which, they need to be... The thing is, though, what always got me is, why is there not a dedicated department in YouTube right now solely to making sure that certain advertisers' videos end up on certain videos? Or don't end up on certain videos.
Because they're too busy running around Google.
Not true that. But how many, all these big companies that are asking YouTube to advertise, they have entire, buildings and wings. They have other companies specifically to making their advertisements. Mm-hmm. And they're controlled so stingently, like, it will go here.
Yes. And
then when they get on TV, they say, our stuff will be going here as per this contract.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that not the same with Google and YouTube? Why is not, when a company shows up to YouTube, they say, hey, we would like you to put our video on there, or in front our advertisement on. But here's a list of people that we have found that we would like to put our videos in front of. And we would like to put our videos in front of similar channels to these. And then YouTube goes, okay, we'll make sure of that. Now that will restrict them.
Yes.
But
and I think that's where YouTube is probably coming from, because with every ad that they play, that's money that they're getting as well.
True.
Because they're getting paid by these advert companies. Like, hey, we will pay you to put our ad on. It's like, cool. So let's see how many videos we can put this ad on, so that way it's like, we're gonna make bank off these guys, because we're just gonna put this on like every other video.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're like, oh, these guys came in. Yeah, well, we're gonna put them on all these videos. Oh, well, we got these 3 guys over here, so we're gonna split them up between all these people. So it's basically they're just sitting there thinking money. No.
Okay, well,
and then the advert people are just kind of like, well, wait, we didn't want them on that. So then YouTube's going, okay, we're ending it all.
So, second idea that I think that companies...
Because they figured it'd be easier for them just to use algorithms punched up by a computer.
That's true. But why don't companies just go directly to the actual the video maker? Why don't they just call him up? Because they have a department specifically for doing this. Why don't they call him up and just say, hey, here's a short, 30-second clip. Please put this in front of your video. Please put this in the first 30 seconds of your video, or as whatever contract they make up with the guy. For the next 100 videos, we'll pay you X amount of dollars to put this 30-second clip either at the beginning, the middle, or the end.
Because unfortunately, there always must be a middleman.
No, it doesn't. This is new.
You would think.
This is new media. Because we have no contract with YouTube to do this. And contract has no obligation to put us on there. So there is no contract saying that YouTube has to be the middleman. You already see this already. There's plenty of YouTubers out there that say, we are supported by X product.
Well, keep in mind, with bigger companies, they're going to go to what they think is the more reputable source.
Yeah. So
they're going to see, okay, well, it's their videos on YouTube, well, so we're going to go to YouTube and have YouTube do it. And then we're not going to have to deal with this little guy and have to do with contracts and lawyers and all that.
But we're still going to have the same
We're literally just going to get our lawyers to meet up with your lawyers, and we're going to sign it off.
Which is fine if YouTube was run differently. The problem is YouTube is not run differently. They are run, as you say, by algorithms. So you have problems like this. And companies are seeing that.
It just took the companies realizing that, wait a minute, we don't really want our video put on a guy with a rocket launcher claiming to be ISIS.
I don't know what kind of accent that is.
I don't remember.
But that's what I'm saying. Companies need to skip YouTube entirely. They need to go straight to the creator. Now, I would never expect, as this is our first video, I would never expect Joseph A. Bank or the J.P. Morgan or any of them to come to us and say, hey, we want to do a sponsorship or something like that. Not by any means.
Like as you said, it's new media, but there's also the problem. It's like all this new media comes out, but it's coming out from companies that are still very much trying to do things the old-fashioned way, where you go to, say, a certain TV company. It's like, well, we want these ads played. So they're not exactly viewing it as, oh, well, we could just go to the makers. It's more of, well, this is where they're posting it, so we're going to go to the people who are actually running everything that they're sending or submitting their videos to.
Which is understandable, but again, this is new media. They can do that. They can go straight to Joseph A. Bank can go straight to Markiplier and say, hey, put a 30-second clip at the beginning of your episode saying, you wear Joseph A. Bank suits whenever you go to an occasion or something. And then actually give him a suit to wear for a Photoshop or something.
But then there's also the possibility that YouTuber might actually agree with what the person's trying to sell. So then they might say, oh, well, I'm not going to do it. That's the other thing with YouTube. It's like, oh, well, big company, they're automatically just going to say yes because it's more money.
Yeah, but what YouTuber is going to say, not enough, no money. Money. Not really a product I like, but money. Especially if that becomes the norm, YouTubers will say yes.
Because YouTube doesn't have their source of income coming in anymore.
Which is true, which means that basically YouTube would have to start charging creators to use the platform at the beginning. So we're in this vicious cycle.
Yes.
There is no solution. The
And
solution
it all goes
is
back down to YouTube needs to get their shit together with their algorithms.
if YouTube can either get the algorithms working properly,
or just scrap the algorithms and actually put people in charge of that department.
yeah, but that's money they have to spend. Like you said, it's cheaper to have an algorithm. And I agree with the department.
The cycle continues.
I agree that YouTube needs to just, it's Google, YouTube and Google. Do you know how much money Google makes in a year? It's in the billions, I know that much. But they're making so much money from advertisements on Google alone, and from the amount that they're potentially going to make from YouTube as well, they can afford to have a department of 100 people that sit there from 8 to 5, and they go through these different companies. They say, okay, this section will take, companies that deal with shirts. This section will deal with companies that deal with whatever. And they go through and they make sure that their commercials will, and they have like a list. They'll just have a list of the checkbox thing of this video will go to this channel, this video will go to this channel, and so on and so forth. They could pay a guy minimum wage to do that, and some guy would show up to do it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I just have to sit there and watch commercials all day.
And you know what he would do? He would just say,
no.
Well, then
There's the problem right there. Who in their right mind is going to want to sit there and watch commercials all day?
College students, people who have useless degrees, people who want to work at YouTube.
This is true.
People who may not necessarily, people who are homeless or whatever. Pay a homeless guy to go in there and say, hey, we're going to give you a job that you sit here, watch commercials from 8 to 9, and then you get enough money that you can actually go buy a house, and then you become a productive member of society. And you don't need a degree to do that.
YouTube, are you listening?
And then you have then you can have section managers, and they go up and up and up, and then you create a whole department for this alone. You create jobs.
Well, that makes too much sense.
Yes, that makes sense. Which is why I'm saying
it makes too much sense. That's why they're not doing it.
Which is people need to get over that and actually start using sense. But if they had a department solely to checking these, none of this would happen. There would be no problem with the algorithm. Now, I know there are several billion, trillion channels out there. So they need to put a cap, say, okay, if you're under this many subscribers, you will not get subscriptions. You will not get monetization, which would cut out quite a lot of people. I hate to say it, but it will cut. But if you say, 5,000 followers or so, because once you hit about 5,000, that's when you're really like, well, I better keep going.
Yeah.
If you're under 5,000, it's kind of like,
well, under 5,000, that's almost you're literally just doing that for fun.
Exactly.
Over 5,000, that's when you're actually like, well, this is actually a major part of my income here.
Which is why it should be about the 5,000 limit cap. If you're over that, you can start getting monetization. If you're under that, then you don't. Yeah. So it's an incentive. Do good work, and you'll get monetized. Yeah.
Do continuous bad work, and well,
if you do continuous bad work that nobody likes, then you're not going to get past a couple hundred subscribers. How many channels out there that are only sitting on less than 1,000 subscribers? Probably a lot.
Probably the majority.
Probably the majority are. So, if you can produce good work, and people like it, and you can get above 5,000 people, say, then you deserve to be monetized.
Of course.
Regardless. Okay, well, if you're not family friendly, like if you have videos of ISIS cutting their heads off, or saying
why
F the police.
The hell are they even posting those?
I don't know how they get on there. Those are on there.
You can literally. Why? It's almost like, do we need to also have a set of people who sit there and is like, that's a beheading, delete. That's another beheading, delete.
Well, I would hope there was an algorithm that says that.
Apparently, there's not.
Well, then YouTube.
Get on it.
Another department. There you go. More jobs.
Woo! I mean, we're literally just sitting here and we've already like.
YouTube, you're making billions of dollars
a year. We have literally, in our theoretical sense, just created more jobs for the community.
Probably.
Just by sitting here and talking about it.
Hell, do you know how many people you could hire straight out of the community alone to do that from their house? You don't even have to make a physical building. You just call up a mid-sized YouTuber and say, hey, you make decent content. Would you like to do something on the side for us?
Yeah.
They won't get monetized, but instead they'll be working for you directly.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, I mean, most YouTubers probably would say, yeah, sure. Especially if they're mid-sized and they don't really have that giant schedule or anything.
Oh, hell, I'll do it. Get up
I would do it.
third shift.
Yeah,
Killing me.
We have a pretty crappy job in real life. Don't quit your day job, kids.
Don't do it. Because then you end up... Then don't, like, drop out of high school, go to college, get a degree, get a good, decent job.
You don't get an art degree.
Fail.
Mechanical engineering,
Win.
somewhat.
Well, once you finish.
Yeah, once I finish, it'll be good, but not right now. But anyway, but look, YouTube, it's not a hard problem. Besides, YouTube, even for the checking the advertisement, they don't even have to get and make it an actual building. They could just get people to work from home. Most people have a computer.
Yeah.
Hell, you could do it from your cell phone, probably. Most people have it from
Like,
the...
literally just... Okay, I'm gonna watch this. Okay, no. No. Oh, hell no.
Most people have a computer. Even the cheapest laptop or tablet would be able to do this job.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, if you pay a guy, have him, set up, and he has to have a webcam set up that says that he actually, some department head or something has to see that they're
like,
on.
we need to check in on them. Dude, nope, they're there. And they're online. Dude, okay.
You see them actually log in to a specific, to YouTube at this time period, which is their clock in, and YouTube, there's companies that do that, though.
Yeah.
Where you have to log in in order to get paid, and if you don't log in, you don't get paid. So YouTube...
That's any job.
Yeah, all jobs. And YouTube can easily do this. Sure, they'll probably be paying... I mean, even if you pay a guy per video he watches to do this.
Yeah,
like so many cents out of $1 for every video that he checks or whatever. If he's sitting there checking a couple hundred a day...
True.
For, 4 or 5 hours, he's sitting there just checking these all the day, he's made... a decent living that way.
We'll pay you a quarter every video.
He's made a decent living doing that.
Right.
Where if he's one of those dedicated people that say, okay, from this time to this time, for this 8-hour stretch or 10 or whatever, I will be doing this. Nobody interrupt me.
Right.
And he just sits there going, click, 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 click.
Good,
And if he...
good, delete,
they would have to give...
Good, delete, good.
Yeah. Well, there would have to be like a strike system where, because some people are just going to be clicking, no.
Yeah.
Just because they're assholes. So there would have to be some kind of system saying, like a message is sent to the creator saying, hey, your videos are being marked for review. Contact us to prove that your videos, are actually family friendly. Or are safe to put advertisements on. If they don't respond, well then it just gets cut off.
Yeah.
If they do and they can prove that their video is safe and okay to put stuff on, well then it just continues as is. Yes, this is going to require money, and it's going to require them to get out of the idea that we want to make as much money as possible. What good is all that money if you're not using it? Yes, I know we're two simpletons. We're not exactly...
CEO material?
No, not by any measurable means.
We say trying to start a company.
But we at least have an understanding of you invest your money back into your company.
Yes.
You want your company to grow.
It's called economics, people.
You want to grow. YouTube is on the path of shrinking.
Very much so. At a very drastic rate, especially with all this that's going on now.
And that does nothing but hurts us creators on the website. Forget YouTube. This is hurting us. All creators are being hurt equally in this. Even if you don't get monetization right now, you're being affected. Because let's say YouTube decides that they're just going to keep monetization off, period. Well, do you really think Mark or Jack or any of them are going to stick around?
No.
They're either going to have to go make a Patreon and ask their supporters to directly donate to them, which is possible.
Yeah, that's possible.
Which most of them probably would do anyway. I'm surprised most Jack does. I don't think any of them have Patreons right now.
No.
Or FundMe pages
well,
right
typically they only set them up for when they do their big fundraising drives.
Which I can see them setting one up now permanently.
Yes.
Especially, these are big channels.
What we're going to do.
Well, doesn't PewDiePie make like some $16 million a year before all this stuff happened?
Something like that.
He made something like that, but like $10 million he donates to charities and stuff. Which, these are guys that, let's be honest, none of them were rich to begin with.
No, they all started out right where we're at. It was like, hey, I decided I want to go make YouTube videos for a living.
Have you guys ever watched Markiplier's and Jack's and PewDiePie's original videos? They're pretty cringy stuff. I guarantee you, in 5 years from now, I'll be looking back on this and
It's
cringing
gonna
like
be
hell.
we're gonna be cringing. It's gonna be so cringeworthy. It's gonna be awesome.
It'll be a compilation.
Yes.
Mark my words.
Like this complete.
But the same. So, but if Jack, Mark, and PewDiePie had not been able to, one, make good videos, and two, get
learning over time,
and get monetization, so they can have money to continue to make good videos, they would not be where they are today.
No.
That's how all YouTubers. There's a lot of people out there. I know we're in Greensboro, so Captain Shaq from the XPG Gamers lives around here as well.
Somewhere.
Yeah, he lives up in the mountains outside of Greensboro, but he is also he only has a couple hundred thousand subscribers. So I guarantee you, this is hurting him really bad.
Especially with all the invitations he keeps getting to cons.
Oh yeah, he's a pretty good big sci-fi channel. So I know this is hurting him quite a lot, and he makes such great content. So basically, we don't know what's going to happen. This is all speculation between us about whether or not YouTube's going to fix their shit.
Of course. It's just, we're literally just sitting here discussing our opinions.
But our opinions is this: YouTube, get your shit together.
Blaze.
We want this. We want to continue to make these videos.
Yes.
And if YouTube can help us,
all the better.
Then yeah, that's better for us. That's better for you because you can get more laughs at us. We can start producing a better content and actually make a real booth, for God's sake. Instead of just filming this in my living room.
Well, it'd probably beats my living room because mine would probably echo 10 times as worse. Not to mention we'd have cats running around and a dog.
Hey, pets are points, alright? Probably do need a dog or something around here and be like, hey, look! We're not that good at content, so here's a dog.
Well, no, because the internet's obsessed with cats.
Yeah, but they love dogs too.
True.
Especially if it's a cute puppy.
Of course. Once they get older, they kind of dwindle.
No, even when they get older, they're still puppies. The dog's always a puppy.
Well, I'm just saying, we sell to the people. It's like most of the internet's obsessed with cats. So I mean,
look at Chica. Look at Chica. Yeah, Mark's dog. She's not a puppy, but she's considered a puppy.
Puppy at heart.
She's a puppy at heart. She's adorable. But yeah, it's like.
And we digress.
Massively.
Drastically.
That's what's going to happen quite a lot. We are going to digress from the original topic that we start with.
Hey, look, a squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel. Because that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. We want this conversation to go anywhere and everywhere.
Yes.
But we are still got a few more minutes.
A few more? Unless we're going to go for an even 30.
Might as well. Well, then you're going to be editing some of this out anyway, so. I will say there is one good use of a art degree or anything like that. You can look at you and go, hey, I need to do this.
So in future, he's probably going to refer to Editor's Act. That means there's probably going to be like a little clip pop up somewhere around in here of me sitting in front of a computer editing, because this guy, if we gave it to him, would be sitting there screaming bloody murder because he accidentally deleted everything. So, in future, it's like, when we go to Editor's Act, hey look, there's Editor's Act.
Hey. But anyway, well, thank you guys for coming and enjoying sitting down with us, talk with us. She'll be here next time, same time next week.
Yes.
Possibly.
Hopefully.
We want to make this a weekly show.
Aiming for weekly.
We're aiming for weekly. We'll try, see how it works out. That's our plan. We're not really planning on doing multiple videos a week right now.
Not at the moment, just because we're starting out and we've got other ideas that we're trying to sort out and work out and plan that will eventually come to you.
We'll let you guys know about those whenever we finally get them figured out.
Yes.
But we do have plans. We do want this channel to grow, and we need your help to do that.
Very much so.
If you like us, or you want to see more, or just generally just want to see more, go ahead and subscribe.
Give us that like.
Give us a like if you liked it. If you didn't like us, well, that's what the dislike button is for. just know you can piss off.
Yes.
So, in the comment section, please keep them
Mostly clean.
mostly clean. We're not looking for cancer or anything in the comment section, all right? We want discussions down there.
Yeah, we're not here to pick fights, people.
We want good discussions from adults.
Yes.
If you're a 5-year-old kid that's just spamming, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, well, I'm not going to say we're going to delete your comment, but your comment will be hidden under a lot of stuff. Alright, guys. Thanks so much. I'm Chris.
I'm Zach.
See you guys next time.